Hello, fourth graders. It's Mr. Jones. We are going to be making and learning about our eyes today. I will show you this later. It's a pretty cool little activity that we're going to do. But what we're going to do today is our objective is going to be we are going to learn about the parts of the eye and kind of what the eye does and how we see. So you guys will be able to name 5 parts of the eye by the time we're done, and you're going to be able to make a really cool model with whatever you want to make. I made some really cool googly eyes that I think everybody should make too, and we'll post that to Class Dojo. So to start off, what we're going to do is I'm going to draw the eye, and I'm going to kind of inform you on some of the parts of the eye and what the eye does and how it is that our brain actually interprets what we see. So what we're going to start off with is the white part of our eye. All in there, all the white stuff, that's what holds all the eyeball together and all the gobbledygook and stuff like that. That white part right there is called the sclera. The sclera, S-C-L-E-R-A. And that part right there holds everything in. And then you have the other part, which is the colored part. Everybody has different colors or the same color eyes. That's where our color of our eyes come from. That's called the iris. So the iris acts as a like a zoom on a camera, where it goes small and it opens and closes, and the bigger it gets, the more light it lets in, so that your brain can interpret that. So when it's dark, it probably gets a lot bigger, so it lets more light in. When it's really bright outside, it's going to get a little bit smaller, so it doesn't let as much light in. So it's constantly moving back and forth like that. So that part, that colored part right there, is called your iris. This pen is not working. So I'll use red. We're going to have red eyes because the green didn't work. So that part right there is called your iris. And the color of your eye is determined on genetics and what color eyes your parents have or other family members and how those line up. And people sometimes have different colors than their parents, but most of the time that's where you get your eye color, is from your parents and whatnot. So your iris looks like has these little, if you look super close, all these little, like almost looks like little pieces of thread or something like that on the inside of the eye. So that one right there is called the iris, right there. Our next part of the eye is your pupil. It's that little black dot inside your eye. And what that little black dot does is that is what actually is the hole that lets the light in. So when your iris gets bigger and smaller, that little black dot gets bigger and smaller at the same time. And that as well lets all the light in to your eye, and it actually sends in the information that we need that we're seeing. So we have our eye. This is a funny picture of an eyeball, but down here we have our eye. Let me adjust that real quick. We have our eye right here, and then we have our pupil right there, is that little black dot, and then this is what we're seeing. This is our vision. And what the picture does is when it goes into your eye, there's it's like a big empty space right here. It's like a big empty space, and it actually flips the image upside down. And that's your retina right there. It actually is really cool. I find this the most fascinating about an eyeball, is that it actually flips the image that you're looking at upside down, shines in the back of your eye, and then your brain is actually the one that flips it back over. I don't know how it's all done, but that's how it works. And it flips it and then flips it back. Not sure why, but that's what it does there. And then the other outside, everybody knows what these are, is your eyelids right there. So those are your eyelids and your eyelashes right there. So you have your eyelid and eyelashes. Right there. Pardon the writing. But yeah, so those are the parts of the eye. And that is a brief explanation on how the eye works. There's a million different body part or parts in your eye that work all together in one. A couple videos that I watched on YouTube have a great explanation of the eye, and they get a little bit more in depth to how the eyeball works and the images and the different nerve endings in your eye. But that's basically the brief description of how your eye works. There's those 5 parts of your eye, and then when the light comes in, it flips the image, and then your brain interprets the image the other way, and that's how we see. So what I want you guys to do, we're going to cool activity. What I want you guys to do is I want you to make a really cool pair of eyes. So what I used is an old pair of safety glasses, like that, and I glued on, I cut out pieces of paper right there. So this is the sclera, this is the iris, the pupil, the eyelid, and I cut up little pieces right there to make the eyelash. And the eyelid is what keeps your eyes moist and full of water so they don't dry out. And then the eyelid is what protects all the dust and everything getting in there. So you don't get chunks of dirt or dust or whatever in your eyes, and that helps protect it on the top and the bottom. So, and then you also have these little tear ducts right here. If everybody, when you cry, water comes out right there, but that's what also keeps your eye lubricated so it doesn't dry out. You don't want your eyes to dry out. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to make these. You can make them out of whatever you want. You can make them out of pipe cleaner. You can make them out of Play-Doh and if you guys don't want to make googly eyes, make them, you can do like a little Play-Doh thing, but I want those 5 parts in your eyes. I want the sclera, the iris, the pupil, the eyelid, and eyelashes. So you can do that on whatever you want. You can make your googly eyes out of whatever. And I want you guys to post that to your guys' class dojo so that we can see all the fun googly eyes and things that you guys had. But that's what I want to see is those 5 things. And I want you guys to be able to show me each 5 things. So cool. I'm excited to see all your guys' work and see everything that you guys are doing. And I miss you all. I wish I was there teaching this lesson in person, but we're all at home. Hope everybody is healthy and safe. See you next time. Bye, guys.